Hi, this is Rob Packard from Medical Device Academy. This is a short video explaining what you get when you purchase our procedure for receiving inspection, SYS-033. I'm going to show my screen now so you can see inside the procedure. I'm going to scroll to the beginning. At the beginning of the procedure, we have the version number or version letter. Every procedure, when you first release it, would be a version A. We put in a draft number as well, so we can keep track of the different drafts that we create over time. You might do the same until you approve the procedure. When you approve it, you would delete the draft number, so it'd be just version A, and you would indicate the effective date. You'd also put your name down here instead of mine for the author of the procedure, because you're going to revise, edit, and now it's your own. In the beginning of the procedure, we say that any place where we put a cross-reference in blue to a requirement, it would be either for 1345-2016. I believe we also have one for FDA requirements and EU requirements. This procedure is applicable to ISO 1345, 21 CFR 820.80 for acceptance activities, and the new European regulation 2017-745. We have a table or a flow chart explaining what the input procedures are, statistical techniques for sampling plans, and purchasing for purchase orders. That tells you what you should be inspecting and what should be included in the records when you receive documentation from a supplier. You will also be filling out as an output of the process an inwards goods receipt log or receiving log. We also have a non-conforming material record. If anything is found non-conforming, that's not included with this procedure. It's included with SYS-23. And SYS-11 is your supplier quality management procedure. So any metrics from this receiving inspection process would go into that, and monitoring and measuring is another place that those metrics would go. We give some definitions in the beginning. So AQL, C equals 0, CPK, NCRs. We identify who would approve this procedure, some revision history here. So you would change this to say what your revision is, such as initial reason of the procedure and establishing a new quality system, your name. We indicate here who should be responsible for this procedure, so quality management, supply chain management, and receiving inspectors. The procedure begins in section 8, and each part is numbered 1 through 10. We indicate cross-references in blue. We provide some detail here. We provide suggestions for monitoring and measuring the receiving process, such as how many good product, how many bad products, so rejects and accepted product, how many lots. And then we say who should be trained on this procedure. So quality management, supply chain management, and receiving inspectors should all be trained on all aspects of this procedure. We use a risk-based approach to all the procedures, so we explain how that works for this procedure. We've indicated that here in section 11. And in section 12, we indicate what the records of this process would be and how long they would be maintained for. So for CE marking, we've got at least 10 years, unless it's an implant, in which case it would be 15 years. And we also indicate what the record requirements are with cross-references. What we don't have in this procedure are detailed work instructions on how to do receiving inspection for a specific part. You have to write a work instruction for that. We also don't have a data collection form. A lot of companies will just have a table and they'll indicate, I inspected, let's say feature A or 1A, 1B, 1C. They'll indicate what the tolerance is, what the ID number of the calibrated devices that they're used, and what the actual measurements were, and then they'll sign and date it, because you need the actual identity of the person that did the inspection. So that would be typically what would be in an inspection record. Without knowing what you're inspecting and how big of a data collection form you need and how many things you're going to be looking at, we didn't have a way of creating something that would make sense for everybody. So it's easier for you to create ones for a specific inspection activity. If you need help with that, just let us know and we can help you with that as well. Now I'm going to show you our inwards receiving log or receipt log. This is a very simple log. This cannot be your entire receiving inspection record. You have to have the results of the inspection. So you would have pass, fail, you would say who did it, you would say what inspection device or calibrated device they used for the inspection, so that this log only has enough information to provide evidence of this lot was received on this date, and this is when it was inspected and whether it was acceptable or not. So it's good for doing some metrics of the receiving inspection process and providing this to your supply chain management so they can summarize results of inspection for their different suppliers. At the end of this procedure here, you would also have somebody review the log and sign off on it that it was completed correctly. That's a good practice in all your logs, all your forms, to have somebody in a management role review the record before it gets filed away in your records department. So that's all that's included in this procedure. I hope this was helpful to you. If you have additional questions about some of our other procedures and we don't have enough information in the video that we provide, or when you receive it, you don't understand it, let us know. If you want to make revisions to the procedure and want to know if that would be an acceptable approach, just let us know. We've implemented hundreds of different quality systems, and we can help you with identifying a way to revise that procedure. So I hope this was helpful to you, and have a great day. Bye-bye.